Happy New Year, you guys. We did it. We survived 2020. Yay us. I have so much to cover in today's Let's Chat video. Lots of life updates, including a puppy update, channel updates, what I've been binging and reading and all that fun stuff that you guys love about the Let's Chat video. But before we get into that, I need to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Label Weavers. You guys know my affinity for adding labels to the things that I make. I've talked to you guys about this before. Label Weavers is a small family-owned business based here in the United States. They do an incredible job, super quick turnaround. I just love their labels so much. I have a whole bunch of different kinds of labels from them that I've shown you over the past few months probably. These are my latest and greatest. They are iron-on, like the satin iron-on labels. So for all those times that I forget to sew in a label to a facing or whatever it is, I can just iron this on. The first time I told you guys about this, a lot of people asked about washing and wearing. So those pajamas that I added this to that first time, washed and worn a gajillion times, the label is in there just like the very first day. This label is not going anywhere. I also love their care labels. So I have two in here. I don't know if you can see. I have one that's dry clean only. And then I have one that's a little bit generic, but that applies to a lot of the clothes that I make. That's wash cold, tumble dry low. So I can add the care labels in there. I also have size labels from them, both alphanumeric and then my regular size. And again, I just picked a size that was closest to what people know as ready to wear. I wouldn't put my sewing pattern size in there because that would be misleading to people who are shopping in like a Goodwill or whatever. Here are some more satin labels I have. I also have some of their woven labels that are really great. The essential labels were in the holiday gift guide. I love their labels so much, and I think that you guys will too. So if you are looking to take your handmade garments, the insides of them anyways, up a notch, check out Label Weavers. I have their website link in the description box and a coupon code where you guys can save 15%. So check the description box for that. But let's get into some life and channel updates. First of all, I know you guys are on the edge of your seat waiting for puppy news, and I've got some. We are picking up our little baby girl on January the 4th, like a few days from now. She is a Morkie, and we chose Morkie because Sunny was a Maltese and Dan's last dog was a Yorkie. So we thought if Sunny and Hannah were together, they would make a Morkie. And then we were kind of like, well, let's take it a step further and let's just combine their names. So if you combine Sunny and Hannah, you get Honey, which just made me feel so good. So Honey, our Morkie, is coming home in just a few days. We are so excited. Well, I'll say Dan is very excited. Like, no reservations at all. I am a lot more hesitant because I know I'm going to be the primary caretaker of her, and I know having a puppy is a lot of work and a lot of crying and training and not understanding and frustration. So I'm taking on a lot of that early anxiety, just anticipating, all of those things. But I think largely I am looking at it as an opportunity to have another living being here with me when Dan is not home. That void that Sunny left, even though his last 9 months of his life, he wasn't mentally really here at all. I don't even really know if he knew who I was anymore. I think he had a bit of Alzheimer's. I know he was blind, deaf, and just senile. So even though he wasn't like you know what? I just realized, so I don't know if you could tell that there was like a little edit there. My phone shut off. Was that Sunny? Because I was talking about him and how he wasn't all there. I told you guys, he's still here. I know, you're still here. I got it. Anyways, I wonder if he's like a little bit jealous or something. Oh, anyways, that makes me like get all like flustered. So anyways, what I was saying was, even though he was like physically here and his mind wasn't here, having his physical body here, having something to like take care of, having like another heart beating, you know, and like just another living thing's presence, I don't think I realized how much I needed that. And, you know, obviously being in quarantine and not going out and hanging out with friends and doing all of that like interpersonal stuff. I just think having that again, I think I'm going to realize how much I missed it. I think I maybe was blocking out a lot of those feelings, just trying to like cope and deal with the loss of Sunny. But at the same time, the anxiety is very real. I mean, this is a very big commitment that I do not take lightly. And I'm not one to really commit to things. I don't own property. I don't even own my car. I have owned a house before. I hated it. So pets are really the only thing that I make like a true commitment to. I mean, Dan and I aren't even planning on getting married. Like, I have no interest in being married. So yeah, this commitment is like big deal for me. So yeah, anyways, you guys will see her. You guys will hear a lot more about her. I promise. Just really, really exciting times. So good way to start off 2021 with a new puppy, a new child, a new thing in my life. I also wanted to just give everybody a very big thank you very much. And I'm not going to harp on this too much. I feel like you're hearing this a lot right now from brands, people you know, influencers or whatever. But 2020, despite everything, business-wise, was a pretty good year for me, considering. I know a lot of you, not a lot of you, but I know some of you found me during the pandemic, which, thank you, welcome. And I have, as you've seen, been doing a lot more sponsored content. I mean, that kind of always happens toward the last 6 weeks of the year anyways, but you guys rode that wave with me. A lot of your comments on those videos were really great, really supportive. Of course, a lot of you went and checked out the products that I was talking about, and all of that just is another way for you to support me and support the channel. Even if you don't buy any of the products, just clicking the links, going to the company's website, following them on their social media, things like that all help me tremendously. So I want to thank you for kind of just embracing the idea that that is how I support myself, and that is how I'm able to bring you guys all of the sewing content that you really love and look forward to. You know, the first impression videos, sew-alongs, tutorials. You know, I wouldn't be able to do any of those things if I didn't also supplement it with some sponsored content. That said, I hope that you feel like the sponsored content that I'm bringing you is still relevant and that you find it interesting. I work very hard to try and balance those two things out, but hopefully most of you feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of that already. I also wanted to say, kind of on that note a little bit, the holiday gift guide, it has been so great to see you guys sharing your Christmas presents that you got, and some of them were from the gift guide, and you guys saying how excited you were that you got whatever it was, or that you love it so much and you're so glad you got it, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's been really fun too. And the holiday gift guide, yes, is created every year for the holidays, but that doesn't mean it doesn't also serve a really great purpose around birthdays and anniversaries and any other milestones that you or your sewing friends and family might be celebrating. So as those events come up throughout the year, maybe reference back to the holiday gift guide, and you can come up with some really fun, unique, great products that I know that they will love, because I love them myself. And I just assume everyone loves everything I love because that's a very millennial way to think. So, so there you go. Don't you just love these chat videos? Okay. All right. Now that we're all caught up on the life/channel updates, let's get into some things that I bought in December. So December, I don't know what, first of all, I was very, very busy. So I was very distracted. So I wasn't doing a ton of online shopping, but I was sort of inspired by trends, and also knowing that it's the end of the year makes me have this itch to go to Goodwill. I know that people are dropping off stuff at the end of the year. That will continue and even ramp up some as we get through January. So if you're able to make a weekly trip to your local Goodwill, highly recommend it. You will find a lot of really great things, I promise. So that's what I've been doing at Goodwill. I've got a bunch of stuff from there recently. I'm going to do a whole haul on it, separate video, that you guys will see in the next couple of days. I'm going to have it up pretty quickly. I've also been... I also bought some fabric to make matching mommy, daddy, and doggy onesies. And I am shocked that I got Dan's permission to do this. Or shocked that he would want to participate. I was doing it for myself and for Honey regardless. I'm surprised he wanted in on the action. So I narrowed down the search of fabrics to a substrate that would work. And then let him pick the print. I felt like that, you know how we have to be with the guys in our life, right? And so he picked this, it's like, what do they call it? It's like celestial, like, the stars make the shapes. Gosh. Oh, constellation. I literally had to look it up. I wasn't even close. Okay. It's like constellations. And it's navy background with, I think, like goldish, tannish, beigeish, constellations all over it. So not what I would have picked for a girl dog, but will be cute in our matching outfits nonetheless. So I was thinking of using McCalls, McCalls 7518. It has adult and dog, and kids for that matter, pattern all in one. But if you guys know of another pattern that has the dog and the mom and dad all in one that isn't McCalls 7518, let me know, because I will check that out too. It's not like I am in love with McCalls 7518. Plus, in all the reviews that I've seen and all the pictures I've looked at, it doesn't seem to be drafted very well. Like, it's very long-waisted, so I'd have to take it in a whole bunch and do some work to the patterns, which is annoying. So if you know of another one that I can check out, let me know in the comment section below. Okay, now we're on to rapid fire, what I'm watching. So what happened was Black Friday came and all of the streaming services were like, sale, sale, sale. So I got Disney Plus, also because Taylor Swift released her Long Pond Studio Sessions, which of course I had to watch. But they also released that On Point, I think it's called, that follows the New York City school ballet through an entire like school year. It's like a docuseries. Loved it. Binged the whole thing in like less than 24 hours. Really, really good. I love ballet. I love ballerinas. I love just their commitment, their passion, the way that their bodies, that they just push the human body to a level that is just so incredible to me. And I love watching ballerinas. So that was really great. Watched the whole thing. I also got Hulu. And the first series I watched on Hulu was Little Fires Everywhere. Fun fact, I read the book, did not like the book. Like, borderline was like, I don't really get it. But loved the series. I don't know if the series was able to like clear some things up in the book. Like, I just didn't understand why, and spoiler alert, I didn't understand why the kid ran it off in the end. And like, I just didn't get that at all. But the series made that make a lot more sense. That character, I think, was a lot more fleshed out. And then after that, I started watching Killing Eve, which I'm done with that now as well. Loved it. Although I will say, it's like season 1 was way better character-wise, but the clothes, especially for Villanelle, get better and better and better as the seasons go on. So does anyone know, is this the end, or is there more coming? There's 3 seasons, and I watched all 3. So was that it? And also I watched, also Stars. I think what happened was when I got Disney Plus, they were like, here, have Stars too. And I was like, okay. So Stars I'm not going to keep. Like, the movies are not great. They're all old, and also not great old movies. Like just not good old movies. Not good and old. So I'm not going to keep it, but I did enjoy the series they have on there, the original series called Sweet Bitter. It follows this girl who moves from a small town to New York City, so cliche, but she starts working in a restaurant. And so the entire premise of the show takes place in this like fine dining type of restaurant. I spent many, many years in high school and college and a little bit beyond in the fine dining scene. And so I could really, really relate. I think they did an excellent job. I don't know if they had consultants or what the story was, but accurately representing what it's like to work in fine dining, what it's like to be a server in that industry. Pretty good. Yeah, they did a really good job. And the storyline was kind of cute and mindless too. So I watched all of that. I know it's a lot. Plus, like, all the regular movies and the Netflix movie that came out with the singing and dancing and the Hallmark movies, all of that. So now I'm all out of ideas. I need another series to watch. And I like series that are pretty well developed. Like, I don't want to start something that's only got 1 season and I have to wait 1.5 years to see the rest of it. That doesn't interest me. So the only thing I can think of that I haven't really tried yet that's been really, really popular is Handmaid's Tale. Should I watch that? Did y'all like that? I feel like I've seen everything else that's been remotely popular / interesting to me. Like Game of Thrones, no thank you. I don't want to have anything to do with Game of Thrones. But what I might do also is ditch Stars, ditch Disney Plus, and get HBO Max. I feel like they're getting a lot of new content coming, which I feel like I should reinvest the money that I'm spending those 2 places. Heck, I might even get rid of Hulu too. I don't know though. And put it into HBO Max. Thoughts? Y'all have any of that and have any opinions? Let me know. Okay, next up, what I'm reading. Okay, so you guys, I tried really, really hard to finish A River of Stars by Vanessa Hua. I just couldn't, and I really do believe that it's the narrator. I think the narrators, her take on the voice of the reading is too monotone. There aren't enough inflections, and that just I just go off somewhere else. I just cannot pay attention. So and the storyline wasn't really like grabbing me either, so I ditched it. But I started The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and I am more than halfway through that, and I love it. Love it. It's one of my favorite books. Now, I'm reserving that because I don't know how it ends, and a lot of times the endings of books ruin it for me because it just feels like a guillotine. Like the editor or the publisher or whoever was like, okay, we need it now, and they just spend a day like writing half a page and it ends, and that bothers me. So I reserve my opinion, but so far it's really good. The concept is this woman is living this very sad, tragic life. All of these things are going wrong. Her cat dies. She loses her job, yada, yada, all this stuff. So she commits suicide. But instead of like dying, she goes to this like Middle Earth area where she's not in heaven or hell and she's not on Earth. And for her, that is a library with her old childhood librarian. And they have all these books in the library, and all the books represent all the different ways her life could have gone if she had made one different decision. If she had decided to not break up with that guy, if she decided to not leave her brother's band, if she had decided to not, all of these things, how that would have played out. So each of those lives start at midnight on the same day over and over and over again, where she is in all of these lives. So obviously it's a great exploration into thinking about your own life and where would I be if I didn't go to college, or I did go to college, but I studied this other thing, or, if I hadn't have gone to the job interview that led me to meeting Dan. All of these things, it makes you really think about how different your life can be. And for her, she's given up on life. Like, she wants life to end. So for her to find a life that she actually wants to be in is a really big challenge. For me, I love the life I have. So all of those decisions that I have made that have led me here, there were all great decisions. But for her, she feels like she could have redone things and her life would be spectacular. And so it's interesting to see how all of these lives play out in maybe not so spectacular ways, even though you would think, oh, if I were, in her example, if I were a famous rock star, everything would be great. Everything would be wonderful. There'd be no disappointment, no sadness in my life. So very, very interesting. It's a very appropriate end of the year book too, I feel like. So highly recommend, at least up until halfway. After that, you guys are gonna have to check back in January's Let's Chat video. Okay, so, and then, all right, so my latest obsession, if you can't tell, is dog stuff, all the dog stuff, making all the dog stuff. I have ideas and projects in place for a dog toy, a little dog bed, clothes, obviously. So I tried to get Sunny in clothes when he was a puppy, but because he's a boy, that was harder, if you know what I'm saying, because he was a leg lifter and not a squatter. And I feel like he just never really, I just could tell he didn't really love it. So I stopped trying to put him in clothes. But if I can help it, Honey will love clothes and she will have the best handmade wardrobe of any dog you've ever known. So yeah, I'm just, all the dog tutorials, dog making thing tutorials, I'm reading them all. I've got a whole Pinterest feed going, obsessed with making stuff for the dog. And then what I'm trying is, and this is nothing new, I guess my mind told me that there's no way it made that big of a difference, but it does. So I am now the person, and I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I am the person who carries around the super-sized 64-ounce water bottle with them everywhere they go. Because you guys, I was tracking my water intake for 2 weeks, and I was struggling to get anything more than 32 ounces. I would get to 4 glasses of water and then that would be it. So I was like, I really need to get to 8 glasses of water a day. That's my minimum. That's where I wanted to start in terms of increasing my water intake. So I got the thing and I'm finishing it before noon. It really does work. It really does. I don't know why. But I got the cheapest one that I could find on Amazon that still had BPA free, all the bells and whistles. Has a little times on there with little motivational sayings, the whole 9 yards, but it's not $25. I think it was 10. So I'll link it if you want to try it. That was my thing. I was like, this is so inexpensive that if it doesn't work out, I can just gift this to a friend and it wouldn't have set me back more money than I think it should. So that is what I'm trying, my water challenge, going well. I think I've done it for 2 days now, and I have surpassed my 8 glass goal. So good. All right, so what to expect in January? January is kind of one of those months after the holidays. I finally get to take a break. A lot of people have been taking a break in December, and enjoying time with family or, enjoying a vacation from work. For me, though, that is like my busiest time. So I take this time in January to reset, regroup. I start to plan out my entire year. I start to put in specific types of content that I know are going to come up. Things like the Mother's Day gift guide, things like the holiday gift guide, things like Sovember, Me Made May. So anyways, yeah, I'll be planning all of that stuff out. Okay, I've also got some resolution-based videos coming your way very soon. First, I'm going to take my 2020 resolutions and kind of evaluate how I did. And then I'm also going to put together some resolutions for 2021, sewing related, and talk about that a little bit. So you can expect that here shortly. And then, my Him Ciders. Okay, you guys. Him Ciders is gas on the pedal. Wait, no, foot on the pedal. And I have a lot of things planned in January for my Him Ciders. If you're not sure what it is, Him Ciders is my little name that I've associated to my patrons on Patreon. So if you want to learn more about becoming a Him Cider, there's information in the description box, a link that'll take you directly to it. But I am going to get back on to my monthly live streams. I've got polls, I've got behind the scenes, I've got extra special content just for my Him Ciders. So that is a big, big goal in 2021, is to continue to deliver to you guys and keep that little special side relationship that we have going, and keep it feeling fresh for you guys and fun for me and everything else. So, this was a really long Let's Chat video, but I guess it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot to share and a lot about each thing to share, so here we are. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything that I've said, or feedback on the few little things I asked you about, leave them in the comments section below. Otherwise, that is going to do it for me today. I will see you all very soon. Bye.